Good morning, friends. Today's morning quote is: I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Welcome to Easy English by Edi Singh, and this very quote is a God gifted quote. Let us repeat it. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. It is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary means what? Every human being is not at all extraordinary by birth. We see it emphasizes that human agency and potential cannot be, unchanged. It can change. We can change our potential to be extraordinary only when we desire, when we have will. The quote suggests that greatness is not an exclusive trait given only to lucky people. It Even ordinary people can be great. There are so many examples. It requires action and effort. If you really want to be extraordinary, you need to have action and effort. Achieving remarkable goals requires intense focus, hard work, and a willingness to take a bold risk. See, there are innumerable examples in our life that even ordinary people have risen to such a greatness that no one could have ever imagined that this ordinary person can achieve such a remarkable goal in life and can really have name and fame all over the world. But the fact is that this is true. This is true only because the reason why it is true is that the person has always focused on his action and effort. Overcoming limits, it rejects self imposed boundaries and encourages people to challenge what is possible. Listen, there are students, they always say that no, I cannot score beyond 80. This is my limit. So they have rejected their extraordinary potential, and they have made a complete boundary to their achievement, which is bad. We should always reject self-imposed boundaries, and we should always be encouraged from inside to take up the challenges and make it possible. Perspective on the idea is that the supporters of this view believe that empowering a person takes a little bit of change in action. Anyone can break through mediocrity through sheer persistence and vision. Critics always say, there are critics in the world who always say that this quote has some sort of what you call it, contradictory approach. But I don't believe that there is a contradictory approach. The view is that we are always mixed with some of the arguments which are just critical. There is no need of financial privilege to become great. We can apply our mindset and our professional ability to go through any boundary, and we can make it possible through our efforts. The only thing that we need is our motive, our purpose, and clear vision. Action oriented work always makes ordinary people extraordinary. Elon Musk, the person, Elon Musk was not very great right from birth, but he became extraordinary by virtue of his effort and by virtue of his great, achievement. The fact is that anyone, ordinary people, can also become extraordinary depending upon his zeal, gesture, effort. See, if your endeavor is in a right direction, if your endeavor is persistent, you can really turn. There are innumerable examples. Mrs. Krishnamurti, Elon Musk. These people have, right from the beginning, they started their work ordinarily with a very small, I mean, a meager amount. Mrs. Krishnamurti started a small cooperative, society with some 5,000 rupees, and she added on all that, her profit, and gradually accumulated some wealth to start, TCS. Today, TCS is the world known, one of the most progressive, corporate sectors, and everybody knows that it is the largest employer of the technocrats in every, walk of life. Its TCS branches are all over the world. So had Krishnamurti really thought of that she's an ordinary woman, she cannot be extraordinary, she would not have been known today by the world as a corporate lady, having started the corporate world TCS, which is the largest employer of the human resources all over the world. What I'm saying, what I am willing to say, that anyone, an ordinary human being, can become extraordinary if he has a desire, zeal, and efforts, and if his actions are really meant for progressive approach. There are people who keep on saying, well, my limitation is this, my limitation is that, I cannot go beyond that. This is very bad. Children who get stuck into a question of physics and they do not solve that very exercise, they say that, well, I will prepare all other exercise leaving that exercise, and questions in JEE and IIT comes from that exercise, and 2 or 3 questions, because always there is a, a extraordinary question paper of JEE and IIT. So that very person leaving one chapter means now you are rejecting your effort of going for extraordinary. You will remain ordinary. But if you really want to turn your ability and potential to an extraordinary one, you have to put extra effort. Your endeavor must be extraordinary. You are ordinary, but your effort should be extraordinary. See, let us talk about some of the people who have really changed the world. Have you ever thought that South Africa, which was one of the worst, affected of racial discrimination, could have a black president, Nelson Mandela, and could have a person who really changed the world? The black people were accepted by the world and they were given respect all over the world. Nelson Mandela's effort was an ordinary, it was an extraordinary effort, but he was an ordinary human being. See, when talking about India, in India, we have at least, not million, but thousands of examples where ordinary people have added to the greatness. See, recently, our, astronauts went into space and they created history. Not only that, our scientists have made everything possible. We are producing our own arms, the most advanced, technologically advanced arms in DRDO. The DRDO is one of the, indigenous, manufacturing of arms in India. And then we can say that India's growth in talents and in human resources has always been extraordinary. So anyone can become extraordinary with an ordinary, appearance. The only thing is that his actions and his efforts should be extraordinary. So Elon Musk, today the world, richest person, one of the richest persons, Ambani, the world's richest person, had Mr. Ambani, the father of Anil Ambani and that brothers, Ambani, he started with a very small business. Can you just think, the person who started with a scrap iron, business, a small business, today has the largest number of industries, synergy, and all the other sectors, right from manufacturing sectors to synergy and all other sectors. What not? Ambani has got the industries which are countless, and he is one of the richest Indians in the world. So you may call it that it was only because he or his father never thought that he would not become an extraordinary. He must have imagined that one day he would become an extraordinary person in the world, and he became. So, friends, in a student's life also, you do not reject your potential by saying that you are having this limit and that limit. Students always limit their performance. Well, I will score 80. I enough. I am satisfied. Why 80? Why not 100? I will have ranks in 1,000. Why ranks in 1,000? Why not in 100? Why not in 10? So if you are really thinking and putting the effort in that direction, even an ordinary man can choose to be extraordinary. It is all on your desire, and it is very true that where there is will, there is way. जहाँ चाह वहाँ बहुत से लोग ऐसे हैं जो ये उठ सुट करके ही सोचते हैं आज मेरा इतना ही काम है, इसको कंप्लीट करना है। अरे भाई, उतना ही काम तो रोज आप करते हैं, उससे कुछ बढ़ा के काम करिए। मान लीजिए आप किसी दिन 3 घंटा पढ़े, 4 घंटा पढ़िएगा तो क्या बुराई है। अगर आपने अपने फैक्ट्री में या कुछ आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट को 2-3 घंटा रोज करके छोड़ दे रहे हैं कि लेट आई हैव 1 मंथ टाइम, देन हाउ विल यू बिकम एक्स्ट्रॉर्डनरी। अब 1 महीना प्रोजेक्ट को ले रहे हैं और किसी ने 15 दिन में उसको एकदम परफेक्शन के साथ फिनिश किया, रात दिन काम करके, तो दैट पर्सन हैज सेव्ड 15 डेज। एक्चुअली टाइम इज मनी। आपने समय का इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दिया। समय निकल जाने के बाद आप बोले वेल आई कुड हैव सेव्ड अनदर 15 डेज, आई कुड हैव वर्कड ऑन अनदर प्रोजेक्ट एंड दैट वुड हैव एडेड टू माय achievement. So it is not that. If you are valuing time, time will really evaluate your effort, and it will reciprocatively multiply your effort into your achievement, and that is what A.D. Singh believes. Thank you. Have a nice morning. This is Easy English, a channel which is catering to the needs of providing all sorts of dignified contents for improving and enhancing ideas and knowledge and spoken and written English. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.